All right, we're back for part 4. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I saw the episode once, and I don't remember much. But so you start off, and then it'll come back to me.
The only thing that I've always just kept watching every time it comes on is the roast at the end.
Yes, Nene versus Claudia.
I can't even imagine anything else.
That was great. Now I remember. Yes.
I feel like that roast, especially Nene, came for Cynthia because I think Nene still has that kind of, I don't like you, and I'm going to be a bitch to you for the entire season, because I don't think what Cynthia was saying was anything. She just kind of like, if you felt like, just apologize.
Yeah.
Obviously, she took it more than you thought.
Because Cynthia is her victim for this season.
Go in a lot on her.
Yeah.
Like, even when they met her at the studio, she was asking the stupidest question. I mean, I know that's how she is, but to me, okay, so then if someone took it a certain way, then just be like, oh, okay, but she's too grown to admit that she may have offended anybody.
Yeah.
And so Cynthia was just trying to be, again, mediator and say, obviously she felt some way about it. You didn't realize it. Just apologize. Yeah. And then Nene just went in. I don't understand why everybody needs to apologize if she didn't feel like anything's wrong. Like, felt like Nene just went in just to be combative.
Oh, definitely. Because she sees, like, she wants to punish Cynthia. And she's not done. So she's trying, like, that's why I feel like...
Anything that Cynthia said, she's going in.
Yeah, she pulls her in with that meeting they had to pretend like they were cool, just so she could snub her the next week. So it's like she's fucking with Cynthia's head because she knows that Cynthia's, Cynthia's a nice person. So it's like, you throw her a bone, she's going to come back. But her purpose this season is just to fuck with Cynthia. You can't tell me differently.
Yep.
And she's pissed because Cynthia is getting down with Kenya and Claudia. So she felt like she had to, like, throw her a bone to kind of keep her under her spell, because she don't want her to go completely off with Kenya and Claudia. But she's just being a mean girl. She's just such a mean girl. That's why I was so happy when Claudia got in that ass.
Yeah. I'll call her George Washington here.
Oh my God, that was great.
You had edges.
That was freaking great.
I was like, oh shit.
She went in.
All over the place.
And she played her so well. Like, Claudia wouldn't even look at her. She was playing her out.
We're in a golf club. She was just like going in. Like, where would you strip it at? A golf, like.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
She played her out. And then you know that she basically won because now Nene had to hit below the belt and call her a half-breed.
Yeah.
And talk about she's a slut and all sort of stuff. Like, basically, you're just trying to... You don't have nothing else. She got you. She won. So now it's like, you're ready to just throw your mic on the ground and walk away because you lost.
She's a grown-ass woman. She's 41. There's no such thing as a slut at this point. Like, yeah. It's almost as if you're old enough to have slept with some people. Come on. Yeah. So it's relative to what?
That's a good point.
It just doesn't make any sense. If she was in her 20s and, throwing it around, but, like, it's safe to say, if you're in your 40s, you slept around, unless you were one of those people that's waiting for the one, and you decided to keep your virginity or keep your number, whatever it is. But if you were dating and just living life, then you have some people under your belt. So, I mean, what's constitute a slut? Like, because I'm sure she's a beautiful woman. She's probably had many boyfriends. So does that constitute her being a slut, or many guys that she was kicking it with? And
Claudia is the stage in her life, her and Kenya, where they're picking and choosing the men aren't picking and choosing them. Yeah. It's like you're sleeping with people, at that age you can have sex with no strings attached, and you know what you're doing. You're not being used. It's just, it is what it is.
You're evolved enough to know that you're doing what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Nene's just mad because Nene's ugly. She's jealous of these two girls because they're pretty and they're, oh shucks, my bad, let me get that. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Sorry guys. I got a house line and that's new to me, and I don't even know how to turn this thing off. So wait, hold on. Oh God. All right, let's ignore it. Okay. So anywho, excuse me, that was rude. I just I just got a house line, and nobody really has my phone number, so I keep getting phone calls like every day. But somebody, I guess it's the person who had my number before me, and they're getting mad phone calls. So my phone rings all the time, and I never even pick it up because I know it's not for me. But anywho, yeah. So she's just jealous. She's a jealous, hateful person because and we're gonna talk about that. We talk about validation. She's just not a happy person, even though she has all of the toys that should make her happy. There's something missing down deep inside of her that will not allow her to be happy. And until you can be happy for yourself, you will never be able to be happy for anybody else.
Yeah.
She's just a very jealous person. And that's all that was about.
Yep.
And I love that Claudia wasn't even phased. It's like she's throwing shade and just she wasn't even looking at Nene. It's like you could tell her heart rate did not rise.
No.
She was not bothered. She wasn't flustered. Whereas Nene was losing herself. Like Nene's wig was about to fly off her head. She was just not well. You could tell she was starting to sweat. She was like, I can't handle this. Like, I'm not winning. I'm not winning.
And then Nene kind of turned to the side, kind of like, we're done. But no.
Yeah.
Because you've lost.
You lost, yeah. But it's just like, because Nene is a punk. She's a bully, like we were talking about. She's the wolf. She preys on the weak. Because even when her and Marlo had their falling out, and Marlo was screaming at her, what did Nene do? She ran away. Because she knows she can't go toe-to-toe with Marlo. She only fucks with the people she feels like she can win. And she probably thought she slept on Claudia. It's probably like, it's a pretty girl, whatever. But Claudia got in that ass, and that's when she realized, I can't mess with this chick. She's just, and I hate people like that. Like, if you're such a badass, you be a badass with everybody. But the fact that you pick and choose who you want to fight means it says a lot about who you are.
You bully.
Yeah, she's a bully. She uses her size and her voice and her volume to out-talk people, out-scream people. And up to this point, it's been working. And it says a lot about her that's why I hate this whole thing with her and Phaedra hanging out now, because you and Phaedra are not friends. You said 2 seasons ago you didn't know Phaedra, all sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You playing everybody out. You done had it out with Candy. You done had it out with Kim several times. You done had it out with you've had it out with Phaedra. You had it out with Kenya.
You had a little splice with Candy on the reunion.
Yeah. You had it out. I mean, if you can't get along with Cynthia, who the hell can't you get along with? You had it out with Marlo. You keep fighting with everybody. The only person you haven't fought with is Portia, because Portia doesn't have a brain. So it's like, if you keep fighting with everybody, you're the common denominator. It's you.
Yeah.
And if you're such a big ass, you're such a star and a celebrity, and you're so successful and all sorts of, why are you still on the show?
Yeah.
Go do Broadway. Go do Hollywood. Do whatever you do. If you act like you're too big for the show, then don't be on the show. Give that slot to somebody else. Give it to thirsty ass Demetria.
Oh, I was about to say that.
That thirsty bitch.
For it.
She needs to drink 64 ounces of water every day because she is so thirsty.
Yeah.
That bitch, she gonna pay for the whole trip, or Roger Bob, I should say, paid for the whole trip. She's trying so hard to get a peach. She's trying so hard.
Yeah.
It's desperate. It's sad. It's sad to watch. I watch her and I feel sorry for her.
Got one of them in one room talking about, oh, you guys are the it girls.
Yeah.
Then you guys are the fun girls. Like, come on, who are you gonna rub next? Come on.
How old are we? You don't have no friends at this age. You're 30-something years old. You have a job.
I mean, Phaedra is right about that one thing, about that pop star thing. I mean,
she's a little old.
She could be a singer, but not a pop star. She's too old to be a pop star. There's no teenager that is going to follow her.
No. With
the right music, because of her, when she looks too old. Unfortunately.
It's hard.
If you want to just break into the music industry, just say you want to break into the music industry. But pop star, that's not going to happen.
There are people who were pop stars who are losing their pop star status, who have talent.
Exactly.
I mean, you have people like Mariah Carey who are losing sales to fucking Taylor Swift and to,
with her non-music ass. Like, she can sing, but those lyrics are bullshit.
And Adriana Grande, whatever her name is.
But she sings, and the other one that's with Justin Bieber or crying over him.
Oh, the little Mexican girl. Yeah.
Those are
it's out for the old and for the new. J-Lo is trying to hold on by a string. She's out there shaking her ass every chance she gets.
Put up a residency in Vegas.
Yeah, she really is. I mean, Britney Spears, pop queen, she's in Vegas. Yeah. Like, it's over. It's like, it's out with the old and with the new.
And poor Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
She came in Lady Gaga's probably came in around the same age as this Demetria girl, but she slinged it really quickly. But now she's gone.
Yeah.
you know, she couldn't hold that spot for very long either. You know, and I believe maybe Lady Gaga was probably late 20s, early 30s when she came out. So, you 35? Nah.
And Lady Gaga came out with a gimmick. You know, I think a lot of that, the hiding behind makeup and the costumes was to hide the fact that she was an older artist.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't, I mean, if, you know, if these people who really have talent can't stay in the game, why do you think that you can come in here and do, what are you doing? Like, what's your gift? Like, you know, you're not a great vocalist. You're not a great, whatever. I don't want to hate on the girl, but I'm just saying, I think she's a little delusional. Yeah. So I think she should work on acting. Maybe that's what you should do. You have a background in acting, work on your craft. You need to get into a serious movie or a serious series and go that route. Get yourself an Emmy or something.
She's already there. She was doing that Tyler Perry thing. So, I mean, ride that out.
Yeah. Work on your craft. Stop trying to be everything. That's the problem. Yeah. That's the problem with today.
You just got in the game.
Everybody wants to do everything. Nobody wants to sing. Back in the day, a singer was a singer. Now a singer is an actress. They're on Broadway. They want to do this. They want to produce. They want to... Like, come on, son. Like, before you could start stepping out into these other areas, why don't you just become really good at what you do? Then you could do those other things.
There was an interview with... Even Oprah was like, I stay in my lane.
Exactly. Even Oprah stays in her lane. Exactly. I saw that interview.
That's successful because I stay in my lane.
Yes. Know your lane.
Here's the most powerful woman knowing the difference between staying in her lane and these people they all over the place.
With an ounce of talent.
Exactly.
But the problem is they're looking at people like J-Lo, who started off with her half-ass dancing and then segued her way into her half-ass singing and then segued her way into her three-quarters acting and then got herself a fucking clothing line and a perfume line, and now she's worth like, you know, millions and millions of dollars. They looked at her and was like, yo, if this bitch can do it, I can do it. But she's the exception, not the rule. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to play. I think she spun a little bit of talent she had really well. That's a skill. But she's not really good at anything.
No, you're right.
She's mediocre all across the board.
Yeah, she spread it thin, but she did it at a time where you could do it.
Yes.
And she just got away with it.
She worked it.
Exception to the rule.
She got it. Her timing was good.
It can be done twice. Like lightning.
Yeah, you can't. That was lightning in a bottle. You can't do that too often. She came in at a good time. She hit with the Puerto Rican thing and the ass. Like, J-Lo today couldn't do what J-Lo did 15 years ago. If there was a new chick popped up now, it wouldn't work. So she, like you said, lightning in a bottle, right place, right time. But, you know, she on fucking American Idol critiquing singers. If I ain't never.
Yeah, she said if I ain't ever.
I mean, that's the best shit in the world. That's class. That's America for you.
Yeah.
These non-vocalists up here critiquing other vocalists. I love it.
Talking about you get a pass from me. Really?
Bitch, you shouldn't have got a pass. You giving out passes. But anyway. Yeah, Demetria is why is she on the show every week? Like, what's going on here? Who is Roger Bob paying off?
I was going to say, he signed some checks.
Yo, I think he's trying to get her out of his hair. He's like, yo, I got shit to do.
Yeah, she's probably hanging around too much, and he's like, how can I get her?
Let me get this bitch something to do. And, you know, I know she's thirsty for fame and shit. She lives in Atlanta. This shouldn't be too hard. He probably called Kenya. And that's why he's going to help Kenya with her shit. It was like, Kenya, listen, I got this issue here. Is there any strings you could pull? Just come on, son. Come on, help me out here. And she got his, I could, maybe as a guest, I could put her on a couple episodes. We'll pretend like she's friends with Cynthia. Yeah, this will work. But she's like, probably like, yeah, but we need to go on a trip this year. And nobody really wants to pay for it. So if you pay for it, and say that it's her trip, I'll let this bitch on the show. That's how that Puerto Rico trip happened.
Because I could see Kenya.
Yep, I could see her. The wheels are spinning behind them fake eyes. Like, how are we going to do this? What can I get out of this? Because that shit is just out of control. That's the same thing Kelsey Grammer did to Camille Grammer.
Oh, that's right.
When he started cheating with his new wife, he wanted her out of his hair, so he put her on Beverly Hills Housewives.
Yep, and then he called her up and was like, or texted her and was like, it's done, bitch.
Yeah, this is my last gift to you. This is my parting gift. Enjoy this, bitch. that's what he did. And I mean, it worked out for her because, she got mad money. She's got some celebrity now. That's all she ever really wanted. And now they both moved on. So I think that's what that Demetria thing is about. But yeah, Nene, hot stinking mess. I'm so over her. I just can't wait for her 15 minutes to be over. It's been like 23 minutes already.
Yeah.
When is it gonna stop?
It's gotta stop.
It has to. Wait a second. I had something else that I wanted to discuss. I might be able to squeeze in since we're still discussing Ratchet. Going back to Love and Hip Hop New York, there was that chick Krissy, right? The one with the blonde hair, that older chick. Her and her man, Chinks or Minx.
Let us say one thing though, she looks so nasty all around.
She does. She looks like her panties are dirty.
And she got that. She only has one big tooth in front of her mouth. Like I don't see nothing else. And then the body and the breast is like down to her knees. Oh, girl! I hope by the time the reunion comes on, she gets it lifted and tucked and put some teeth in the mouth, something.
Yo, she needs, like, my thing is, her body wouldn't be so bad if she wasn't trying to be sexy. Yeah. Like, she's wearing things that she has no business wearing. And it's not even about her age, it's about her body. Mm-hmm. You just put on, I mean, I don't know if she's wearing Spanx or not, but she's just not, she's sloppy. She's not well put together. The hair, she just looks, like she needs a stylist. She needs a makeover.
Yeah.
But so she's dating this fool, Minx, Chinks, whatever his name is. He's another producer. And he's married, but now he's separated. He moves to New York to be with her. And I had to write it down because what she said to me was so damn ignorant. Mm-hmm. She's talking to Rich Dollars. She has to go to talk to Rich Dollars about her man because she says she loves him. He's a godsend, but she doesn't trust him. How do you say those two things in the same sentence?
But they do it all the time.
How does that work?
What chicks do all the time.
You're a godsend, but I don't trust you. Isn't that part of being a godsend? Yeah. Like, you don't trust him. The fact that you have to go and talk to another man about your man speaks volumes.
Yeah.
You don't know where and my thing is, you guys had a relationship for how long? I don't know if he was cheating on his wife with you or not. I don't know that. But I'm going to take it at face value that you guys started on the up and up. So now he moved to be near you. I don't know if he lives with her or whatever, but if anything, in the beginning, the shit should be good. Like, when he first gets here, everything should be good. Like, he just got here already. You don't know where he is, and you don't trust him, and he's in the studio, and what's really good? And my thing with Krissy is the difference between her and Diamond Strawberry is that you're grown. Like, Krissy's got to be pushing 50. She's got to be.
Yeah.
I'll give Diamond a pass for her naivete, but this chick, not only is she older, but she's also been around the block, a former madam or whatever. What's hot in the streets.
You know how it runs.
And you out here playing a sucker for this guy. I love him so much. Like, you're talking out two sides of your mouth. And the thing is, it's just such a stereotype, but there's so many women out there like her. They applaud a man on one end. He's this, my boo, my baby. He does this, but then you don't trust him. You don't know where he is.
But he doesn't hold up his end of the bargain when it comes to you.
Exactly.
And you're okay with that.
Exactly. And that's the sad part, because you'd rather have half of a man, 3/4 of a man, or 1/4 of a man than be alone.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that really, really annoys me.
Yeah.
Like, you just so quick to settle. I mean, maybe she does need to settle at her stage in the game. But not even. You don't have to. The problem is that, you want him. So it's like you'll take him under any means necessary.
Yeah.
By any means necessary. And, you'll settle for the bullshit.
And the thing about it is her confronting him. This is one thing I don't like about women, too. So you can't find him for whatever. He comes into town and whatever he's doing, you won't know about it until one of your friends spots him in the club, right? Mm-hmm. You go to him, you confront him, but all of a sudden, if I'm not correct, the woman that's in the studio that he's actually working with, that you bombarded, you came in, she's now a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
She's now this whatever. But first of all, if you had an issue, you give him a call. You'd be like, look, where are you? Mm-hmm. Well, you need to meet me X, Y, and Z because apparently I know that you're in town. Something. You're going to show up unannounced at his job to threaten him or to question him, and then you don't get the answer that you want. Now it's like, oh, am I being excused? Are you trying to? Is this? Yeah, I'm working, bitch. I'm working. Like, I may be in the wrong, and I should have called you. That's another story.
Yeah.
That I say I'm in the studio, but that's on you. That's your relationship. But if I gotta come looking for you, and now I'm interrupting you, now I gotta call the next girl a bitch because I have some gripe with you and you working.
Displaced anger. Displaced anger.
That's the thing with these people. Just the same thing with the stupid diamond chick.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, his baby's mother is a bitch.
Yeah. Who's the bitch? Who's the bitch? Why is she a bitch?
How did she become a bitch? I don't like that at all. Yeah. You know, it's just very, and I think she would have gotten more answers out of him had she approached him the right way as well.
Definitely. But she came at him the wrong way.
Blazing.
Wrong time. Everything was inappropriate about it. You know, that whole thing was just a mess. But that's the same thing, like you said. Women employ that tactic all the time. You come at a man, you don't hold him accountable. You know, you come at him the wrong way, the wrong time, and you take your anger out on the wrong person because it's easier. It's like that Nene bully thing. Like, I'm gonna pick on the person I can. I'm gonna curse this bitch out because I can curse her out because, you know I can beat her. Or I know, it just takes, it deflects from the real issue at hand. I don't really want to be mad at him because I want to stay with him. I want him to tell me some shit that's gonna make me stay with him. So let me be mad at the chick, because if he tells me the truth or if I hold him accountable, now it's on me to make a decision, and I don't want to leave.
Right. That's true.
It's despicable, and I see it every day in the real world, and it turns my stomach. So that's why the whole thing with this real love and hip hop, and people say, "Oh, it's scripted and it's nonsense," and yeah, some of it is scripted.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's just like how people are saying about Empire, and we'll talk about that next week. Oh, it's based on a lot of stereotypes, but these stereotypes they come from someplace.
Yeah, they're there.
The shit is real. Like, I'm sure, Mona may set the wheels in motion. She puts the people in the room together, but what they're dealing with is not fake. Like, these are people who do they do and say these things.
They're not grabbing these situations and scenarios out of nowhere.
Exactly. These
things, and people live their lives like that. Women do that all the time. Women blame other women all the time.
Yeah.
And not making their man accountable, and then go back to them and go, he's the bomb, and I'd rather die for him. And he does none of the sorts for you. He does whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's the thing that really gets underneath my skin.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's got to be tit for tat, but it's got to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to go hard for somebody who's not going to go hard for me.
At the very least, I'm going to know that you're in town.
Yeah, how about that?
At the very least.
How about that?
I should know when you're in town. You may not come straight home. I'm in town. I just touched down and go to the studio. Okay. Come on.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. And then that stupid argument that she had, even you're at the club. It is feasible. If he's a producer and he's with an artist, you take them to the club. Yeah. Not that she's never seen the inside of a club, but it's like, this is how it's popping in New York. Yeah. If wherever this woman is from, that he's parading around, whether she's sleeping with her or not, he might be doing both. He might be producing her and sleeping with her. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that's what artists do. They go in and out the club so they know what's jumping. Yeah. They can get the feel of something. They can go in the studio. They can get creative and go back in and like, okay, I got this hit. Or I know what audience I'm playing to. Yeah. I know what's on the constant loop.
What's hot in the streets. Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Like, it's for nothing else. So you're going to be mad at him because he was that's his job.
It's all good and it's all, it's all fun and games when his job benefits her. But when she feels like she's on the outs, then it's the job is an issue. Again, you date a certain kind of person, you know what you're dealing with. If you're not about that, if you don't want him spending hours with strangers in the studio, you don't want him out at the clubs and all that stuff, then that's probably not the person you should be dating. Yeah. Simple as that. But, that would take too much responsibility and too much, logic. Yeah. So why would we do that? So. No. It's too much like right. We're going to stop here and come back at part 5.